The cold reality is this: if you're always the one initiating contact, you've already lost. Every text you send first screams one brutal truth: she doesn't crave your presence. Real attraction doesn't beg for attention. It commands it effortlessly. When a woman is genuinely interested, you'll never wonder where you stand. Her texts arrive without prompting. Her curiosity burns through any silence. Her effort matches yours without negotiation, but here you are crafting messages like a salesman pitching to an indifferent client. Each "hey stranger" or just checking in isn't romance, it's negotiation. You're bartering your dignity for scraps of her attention. And with every unreciprocated message, you're not proving your devotion, you're proving your disposability. Women don't fall for what's readily available. They're drawn to what remains just beyond immediate grasp. Your constant availability didn't make you reliable, it made you forgettable. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about recognizing a fundamental law of desire. People value what they invest in. By carrying the entire emotional weight of your interactions, you've relieved her of any need to participate. She doesn't miss you because you never go missing. She doesn't chase because you're always there, predictable as sunrise. Desperate as a starving man at a buffet, the painful awakening comes when you realize her occasional replies weren't interest, were pity. A woman who wants you moves mountains to be near you. She creates reasons to talk. She fears your silence more than you fear hers. If you're still counting hours between texts, analyzing response times, rehearsing conversations that never happen, you're not in a relationship. You're in emotional servitude to someone who views you as an option, not a priority. The first step to freedom isn't winning her back. It's reclaiming the self-worth you auctioned off for her attention. The silence you fear is actually your greatest weapon. When you stop filling the void with desperate texts, something remarkable happens. The emptiness becomes deafening for her. Your absence forces her to confront a question she's avoided. What if he's really gone? This isn't manipulation, it's the natural consequence of her indifference finally meeting your self-respect. That unanswered text thread becomes a mirror, reflecting her own behavior back at her. No longer able to take your attention for granted, she's left with only two choices: step up or walk away. Either outcome serves you. If she reaches out, you regain the power dynamic. If she doesn't, you receive the clearest answer possible about where you stand. The magic lies in resisting the urge to break first. Every day you maintain radio silence rebuilds your dignity, brick by brick. Women are emotional archaeologists. They only start digging when something valuable goes missing. Your sudden disappearance triggers her instinct to preserve what she might lose. But this only works if you commit fully to the silence. No accidental likes on her posts. No drunk texts at 2 a.m. Just clean, uncompromising absence. The man who can sit comfortably in this silence without anger or hope is the man who becomes impossible to forget. Your restraint speaks louder than any love letter ever could. Her withdrawal isn't random. It's a primal test of your masculine core. Every time she pulls back, she's unconsciously checking if you'll crumble. Most men fail this test spectacularly, flooding her phone with needy messages that scream insecurity. But the grounded man does the counterintuitive thing. He leans out, not as punishment, but as proof. This is where most relationships reach their turning point. When you refuse to chase her indifference, you flip the script entirely. Suddenly, she's the one wondering why her usual tactics aren't working. Your silence becomes an emotional mirror, forcing her to confront uncomfortable truths about her own investment. Women don't respect men who tolerate their mixed signals. They're drawn to men who call their bluff by walking away without drama. The secret isn't ignoring her. It's becoming so focused on your own mission that her games become irrelevant. When she sees you thriving without her validation, that's when real attraction sparks. Not because you're playing hard to get, but because you've genuinely become hard to forget. She tests harder at first, longer silences, sharper comments, but hold your frame. The man who remains unshaken during these storms earns permanent respect. Your stillness speaks what words never could. I want you, but I don't need you. That's the foundation every lasting connection is built upon. The moment you disappear without explanation, you become an emotional ghost that haunts her, not with anger or theatrics, but with your sudden absence where there was once constant availability. This isn't about giving her the silent treatment, it's about reclaiming your energy so completely that she can't help but notice the void. Women are conditioned to expect chase. When it stops, cognitive dissonance kicks in hard. Your strategic withdrawal works like emotional judo, using her own indifference against itself. She's left with only two uncomfortable possibilities. Either you've moved on, triggering loss aversion, or you've finally seen through her, triggering ego defense. Both scenarios force her to emotionally engage with your absence in ways she never engaged with your presence. The key is maintaining complete radio silence. No passive-aggressive social media posts. No accidental reasons. Just clean, surgical absence that leaves room for nothing but her own thoughts. This quiet disappearance rewrites the entire narrative. Where you were once the pursuer, you've now become the prize. The man who walks away without explanation doesn't give her closure, he gives her curiosity. And curiosity is the gateway drug to genuine attraction. But here's the crucial part. You can't fake this. It only works if you've truly redirected your focus inward, leveling up your life so thoroughly that her response becomes irrelevant. Your silence isn't a tactic to win her back. It's the byproduct of having won yourself back first. The ultimate transformation happens when you stop seeing silence as a strategy and start embracing it as your new normal. This isn't about getting her back, it's about becoming the kind of man who never has to beg for attention again. When you reach this point, you'll look back at your old chasing behaviors with the same embarrassment as childhood photos. True power comes when her potential text no longer spikes your adrenaline. You check your phone because you want to, not because you're hoping she finally replied. The gym becomes where you build strength for yourself, not revenge abs to make her regret leaving. Your purpose grows larger than any relationship could contain. This is when the magic happens, not because you're trying to attract anyone, but because you've become someone worth attracting. Women can smell this shift in your energy like rain before a storm. It's in how you hold eye contact a second longer, how you're completely present instead of mentally rehearsing what to say next. The man who no longer needs validation radiates a quiet confidence that's catnip to feminine energy. Ironically, this is when she's most likely to come back, but by then, you won't care. You've outgrown the version of yourself that settled for breadcrumbs. Now you feast on purpose, and the right partners naturally pull up a chair.